Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday today and enjoying the new year, and it's kicked off right for everybody. Getting kind of back into the groove of uh, after the holidays. I know I am just trying to kind of get things going again. We just put our son back on a plane today to head back to finish out basic training and then go into AIT with the Army. So, trying to get back into the groove. Today, we're going to go over process mapping. Let me share my screen. There it is. All right, so if you're just joining us today, I want to thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully you'll be able to get a little insight on how to do some process optimization by doing some process mapping. My name is Billy Welchman. I am the CEO of Core Solutions Group, and we help optimize businesses by doing process optimization, data management, and government contracting. So today we're doing a little bit about process mapping. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. we do informationals like these for process optimization, data management to help businesses uh, optimize their company even more, so their processes and their data. And so today, like I said, we're going to go through process mapping. If you're watching this replay, please drop replay in the chat, and I'd love to know where everybody's calling in from. All right, so process mapping. What is process mapping? So it's a visual aid, as you can see here with this basic flow chart that gives you a sequence of steps that's helps not only you but your team know what needs to happen next. Okay, it also, if you have a clear process and it's all mapped out, you can also start to see if there's any inefficiencies or bottlenecks, and then ways to help improve those as well. And it'll also give you a bigger picture and a better understanding of what is going on with that process. It also helps to make it easier to automate as well. So how do you start doing it? Figure out your process. So this could be if you've already have a process written down, or if you're just looking to refine what you've already have. You're going to start by doing a process walkthrough. And what that is you're going to select a process that you want to work on. We always recommend starting out with your smaller processes and then working up from there, just because they can be a lot, and just to kind of get you comfortable if you've never done a process walkthrough before. So you're going to select the process. You're going to create a kind of a high level map, kind of like what you see here, like a high level flow chart of what is kind of happening. And then you want to identify the people who are working in that process, your team, and figure out who those people are. And then after you've determined that, you're going to want to figure out who's going to come in and do an interview with those people for this process walkthrough. Is because you're going to have somebody come in. We do recommend somebody that does not know the process, or like from a different department, or somebody who you can pick a family and friend, or if you want, we can come in and help you as well, because it's kind of what we do. And when you come in and be able to have an unbiased, they don't know the process, they don't know what's going on, and they're able to ask questions that are in there without having any assumptions or ideas. They're just collecting the data. That's really all you want an interviewer to do. And you also wanted to, after you've identified who's going to interview, you also want to define who you're going to be interviewing, or who they will be. So whoever is working on the team. So if you say you have 5 people working on the same process, you can select all 5 to be interviewed, so you can make sure you're collecting all the data from each side. If somebody's doing things a little different, kind of like what we talked about on last week's call with going into an office and you got 3 different things, you can do the same, or you can just pick 2 or 3 people that you want interviewed. And just make sure that you schedule a time that works best for the interviewer and the interviewees, and also make them aware this is just to get the process, to get the facts, exactly how things are mapped out. And then once you've scheduled that, you're going to actually go through, before that, you're going to create a walkthrough interview sheet that you're asking the same questions of everybody. And those questions can be, how many people work on each step? how long from the time work is available to being passed to that next step. What is the wait time? What is the percent of units if you're working with products that are received at this step and then move on to the next step, kind of etc. like that. These are the different questions you want to ask that gives you quantifiable data that you can utilize. So once you've done the interviews or you've had the interviewer do all those interviews with your team to get the process of how each one of them are doing it, you're going to sit down and review the results, do a debrief with your team, and this is where you're going to be able to help identify of, hey, Jill was doing this over this way with this process, and June was doing something completely different. And you can kind of identify those issues, but you can also help identify some potential efficiencies as well, as maybe what June was doing worked a whole lot better than what Jill was doing. So those are just kind of the things that you want to look at when you're doing these debriefs. And then you're going to cross-reference the flow chart if you have one available, or if you don't, this is a perfect time to create one, and the process as well. So I'm going to kind of show you a couple of examples. So as you can see, there's a basic flow chart with, this is in Canva, and they have a lot of great ones in here. I kind of did a quick one as far as answering the phone, kind of how this looks. You can also have, little cards and stuff if you're looking at these, make it visual aids. But Canva does have a lot of great flow charts in here that are pretty basic, that'll help you get started as well. And you can just come into design and you just ask, for flow charts, and you've got several different ones to choose from. So Canva is a great tool for that. There's also Microsoft Visio, there's Whiteboard, SB Moneyflow has some, as well as another one that we utilize is SmartDraw. This one's great. It gives you all the information. You have processes already started, so like onboarding process flow chart that you can actually just start and start editing. This is a great program. It has a lot of great tools and diagrams in here to help you get started as well. Okay, so some things to think about. So what are the benefits of, sorry, clicked the wrong button. I thought I had that one closed. Anyway, so some of the benefits of process mapping. So it's going to bring clarity and understanding to your process. It's going to give you a visual aid that you're actually able to really dive in and have a clear understanding, and not only you, but your team as well. It's going to improve efficiency. When you actually have it mapped out, you and your team's going to know exactly what those next steps are, your if and and. So say up here, best course of action, if it's one answer, so like this routing a call, do they need to buy a product? You're going to send them to sales. If they need to have an issue with a product, you're going to route them to customer service. It's those type of things that are basic but help in so many ways. It's also going to help standardize everything as well. As we talked about before, you can standardize it. It's great so everybody's doing the same thing. You get better customer service, better outcome, and less errors. And then it helps with communication. There's with anything, communication's huge, and this actually helps to make it so it's more effective communication. And then, as always, there's continuous improvement. You always want to continuously improve these. We do recommend you review them at least once a year, twice at most, or if you do start to do some changes, make sure you're reviewing them and updating them so everything is current and working very smoothly with your business. So I want to thank you again for everybody that joined me. I appreciate you popping on real quick. And if you're watching this replay, please put replay in the chat. And I hope to see you again next Tuesday for our next series. And I don't remember what that was right off the top of my head. And then tomorrow we are going to be going over government contracting and how to find your target agencies. 8 p.m. again. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday.